Hello, prospective hearing aid buyers. My name is Helene, and I'm here to talk to you about my experience with buying a set of hearing aids that actually worked for me. So in particular, I want to talk about Zip Hearing that was instrumental in helping me get the pair of hearing aids that I now use and enjoy. I have significant hearing loss in one of my ears from previous radiation treatment. And so I started looking for hearing aids, going to the hearing aid place locally where my husband had gotten his in the ear hearing aids. So I didn't realize it, but they only sold their own form of hearing aids, what they manufacture, which is the Phonak hearing aids. So I was fitted with a pair of Phonak hearing aids, and they were adjusted for my hearing loss. And over a period of about 4 weeks, I just couldn't hear. I was missing things. It was almost worse than before I had the hearing aids. So I took them back for a refund and chose another provider locally that advertised on their website that they had 6 different kinds of hearing aids, among which were Oticon and Phonak. So when I went in there, they did a hearing test, a very rigorous hearing test, and discovered the same pattern, that I had a severe hearing loss in my left ear. The provider there, the audiologist, basically, even though they sold 6 different types, said Oticon is the only one that I am willing to sell. It's the best on the market, and I think other audiologists would also recommend the Oticon hearing aids. So we tried talking about the pros and cons of Oticon versus other hearing aids that they also advertised that they sold, and she wouldn't even entertain our questions, my husband and my questions. So I left there very dissatisfied and went online to try to find yet another option. So this would be my 3rd try at getting hearing aids. Oh, I might mention that the second provider, the cost for their hearing aids was about $1,000 higher than the Phonak hearing aid manufacturer advertised for the same hearing aids. So I wasn't about to spend that excess money for something that I thought I could get elsewhere. Online, I stumbled across Zip Hearing and read the reviews about it and discovered that they had a significant reduction in the prices that were charged by the retail vendors of hearing aids. So I called to find out what they had, and of course Oticon and Phonak were among the brands that they sold, but they also had many other brands. So I spoke with a person who was very knowledgeable, and he said that they set me up with a local, reasonably local provider with whom they contract to provide the hearing aids for me, and that I would have a 45-day period to determine whether I liked the hearing aids and return them at no cost if I decided they didn't work for me. So I went to the appointment. I had a great experience with this provider that they contracted with. She was very patient and willing to answer my questions and those of my family members who accompanied me. She said the best on the market were the Phonak and the Oticon. since I had already tried the Phonak and didn't like them, the only other option that seemed reasonable that would actually work for me was the Oticon hearing aids. So that's what I bought. Now, I really, really like the Oticon hearing aids. I have much improved hearing with these hearing aids, and I don't have the distortion of sound that I had with the Phonak hearing aids. With them, I had a sort of a tinny sound. It was very irritating to listen to. And I also had with the Phonak hearing aids to adjust the sound volume whenever I was in a crowded place or a noisy restaurant or something. I don't have to do that with the Oticon hearing aids. The sound is perfect no matter where I am, even when there's loud music playing in my exercise class. It doesn't bother me. You know, they're so comfortable in my ears, and I'll take one out to show you. They're so comfortable in my ears. They're rechargeable. I often forget that I have them in my ears when I'm ready to go to bed. And as I'm laying down and I'm feeling something in my ear that isn't skin, I think, oh, I forgot to take out my hearing aids. And then I go and put them in the charging container. There is absolutely nothing that I don't like about the Oticon hearing aids. And the fact that the price was about $1,000 less through Zip Hearing than the vendor that I went to would have otherwise charged is quite significant. So I would definitely recommend that you take a look at what Zip Hearing has to offer and what it can do for you. Thanks for listening. Bye.